Hello, hello. We are live. We are live in South Phoenix, Arizona on a beautiful Sunday morning. How you all doing? Let me get this set here. We're gonna go for an interesting walk today. Older part of the cemetery. This is Greenwood Memory Lawns Cemetery, South Phoenix. And we're gonna walk among the older tombstones, gravestones, monuments here, and get caught up on a few items. Also, hey Ken, Barkdahl, you're first. How are you? Good to see you. Here they come. Monica, Carol, Dottie, Lady Jane, Shar, Ken's back. Michelle, Marlene, Amanda, Panda's here from Washington State. How's the weather up there? Hey Trisha. Trisha's here. Oh, we got the gang. Great to see you guys. Thanks for coming out. Hopefully you got a cup of coffee on this beautiful Sunday morning in paradise. It's like 80 degrees, maybe 78. It's gonna be hot today, but 94 is like 80 degrees in Chicago with the humidity. It was like in the 90s yesterday. It was like just beautiful. I don't know, that's me. Christina from Minnesota. We got Jean. We got Jacqueline Armstrong from I think it was UK. Yeah, UK. Very cool. So yeah, it's good I'm doing these earlier in the day for all you across the pond, right? So are you 5 or 6 hours? So you're probably, no, that's Chicago, 7 or 8 hours. So that's gonna put you well into the afternoon, early evening. Hi, Jen Lewis. Shout out to Jen Lewis. She's here. You saw the video last night from upstate New York. We got that stone. If you didn't see it, I'll put the link in later here of the video that I did yesterday on the episode that I did in Auburn, and Jennifer Lewis helped get it took what, 2 years to get that gravestone for the little baby of the Keller family. The 3 people that were buried together in the same casket. Some interesting history, very sad story there. Charlie from the UK. Okay, so let's start walking around the cemetery. Let's see what we got here. I do have there's a couple of interesting people that I found that we'll walk towards. One is Walter Winchell. Have you ever heard of Walter Winchell? Kind of a crazy anti-communist, which is, I guess, good, but he was pretty extreme. He was very big in the 50s. So we'll talk about him. And then I stumbled upon a grave right by his grave of somebody that, a police officer that, excuse me, the first police officer here that was killed in the line of duty going way back. I think it was 1925, so we'll take a look. And let's see what else we can find together, okay? Let's take a walk. And I'll try to stay in the shade too. So all the gravestones are facing east. Go figure, right? So I'll have to do some turning around here. So how y'all doing? How are you doing? We're right by the airport here. Hope the picture's good. We should have a good picture. Hello from South Africa. Lynette, how are you? Oh, that's pretty cool. What city are you there in South Africa? Good, picture's clear, Amanda says. Well, let's go find some interesting gravestones. So what did I want to tell you guys? We'll get a couple things we can talk about. One is Rhode Island. Hey Linda, how you doing? Indiana's here, Rhonda. So October 20th is a Friday. I'm gonna be in Rhode Island. It's gonna be a small, I kind of chose, we were talking, it's Hearthside Home. I'll put the link in here also at the end of this. And I'm gonna be speaking there about all things cemetery on Friday night, October 20th, just before Halloween. And they're gonna have, on their website at Hearthside Home, this Lincoln, Rhode Island They're going to put the info up mid this week, if not earlier. I'm going to sell tickets for like 15 bucks, I think, to pay for expenses. I'm not getting anything. I just want to do it. It's going to be fun. We're going to keep it small. I'm guessing there's going to be like 10 or 12 of you coming. I know that have emailed me before, so I think that's perfect. I don't want a big giant assembly. Not that we could command that. There are going to be some local folks, I think, coming. So that's going to be fun. Fall in Rhode Island. I hope the weather's getting better. I know the East Coast, you guys have been getting whacked and whacked with the weather. Here's a Woodman of the World grave. All right, let's go this way. I know you guys have been getting some crazy weather. So I got to tell you something that happened to me that was kind of scary. Yeah, I command a pretty good crowd on I can't complain about YouTube, but in person, I don't know. But anyway, so I'm filming this episode. It's gonna be, I think, the Halloween night episode. It's got some, well, it's got a lot of religion and evil and curse. It's a little bit of exorcist kind of stuff, and that scares me the most. So I'm saving that for Halloween. Like, I think it's on a Tuesday night. So I'm filming the story, and I take you guys along, and I'm walking the cemetery where all the priests are buried, and I see there's a grave you'll see of Father Damien, and it's creepy. It's a creepy place. I won't tell you anymore. And I end up going in this mausoleum for this one high priest. It's for him. No one else has the mausoleum. And the mausoleum's built into a hill. We're talking 1800s. And I'll just say that the doors to the mausoleum are wood, but they're triple thick. They're like 3.5 inches thick. And they have little windows. There's a reason I'm telling you this. And the little windows have, like, the mort safes in Scotland? Like the bars. It looks like a mort safe. So I go, I'm like, oh, it's not going to be open. And I pull the doorknob and it is open. We get to go in. And it gets creepy in there. So I didn't realize the danger that I was in until I was in editing. Like, it just went over my head. But when I walked in, and right when I started filming the crypt, and there's some creepy Jesus Christ kind of, Jesus Christ, I'm not saying he's creepy, but, some of that depictions of him, the one where when I was little, my grandparents and all, like, they all had the thing where the eyes follow you. Do you guys remember that? The eyes that follow you, the crucifixion picture of Jesus up close. And I think if I remember, I was like, he's watching me. I was like 6, 7 years old. And it's designed, I think, where the eyes follow you. Anyway, so I'm in there, and there's some of that stuff going on. And all of a sudden I hear, and I turn around like this, and the door is like just closing. No big deal, right? And it hits the latch and almost closes all the way. It doesn't latch. I'm like, oh, I don't like this, like anybody would. So I go and open it, and there's 2 leaves to the door. And if you know double doors, you got the active leaf, and the other part of the door has on the flush, they're called flush bolts, top and bottom, that keep that inactive leaf solid that the other door closes into with the latch set or lock set. So when I get back to, and then I propped it open. I didn't prop it open. I just I'm opening the other door. Like, it's just creepy because it kept closing on its own. And it's out of balance, probably. But when I go into editing, and you're going to see this, I can see that the inside has no doorknob. No doorknob on the inside, nothing, just a hole. If that thing goes just a little more and catches the latch, it locks, not from the outside, but there's no way out. Like you can't stick your finger in there probably and manipulate it unless you had a big screwdriver or something. So I would be locked in. I got this close. And you're like, all right, get your cell phone out. Well, there's no cell signal there. I couldn't get a signal. I remember because I wasn't doing it live, but I had my phone and I remember. And then it's so far back from where anybody is, no one's back there. It's 1800s, no one, unless someone happens, and it's woods, there's woods, and so I would be stuck in there without water. And if I'm in there a couple of days without water, I'm gonna be cramping up, I'm gonna be in some real trouble. And now and the more I talk about it or think about it, I'm like, I could have really been screwed. I could be like, you could die in there with the old priest, the high priest. So it was really creepy, and I didn't edit anything. You'll see, like I didn't stop it and go, oh look, I'm just telling you ahead of time so you can, when it comes out, I think it's gonna come out Halloween 31st, Tuesday night. And I'm gonna do a Sunday night premiere. I got a good one for Sunday night before Halloween, and then we'll do the chat. And then I'm thinking Tuesday night we'll do a premiere too, so everybody can chat. How's that sound? So yeah, I've had a very scary experience. It's my only real scary experience. Okay? Yeah. And it's a very creepy place. It's got that Exorcist story feel. It's not good. So let's look at some stones here. Yeah, it was exciting. It's exciting looking back on it. So let's come this way. So we got the Shadow Man. I don't like the Shadow Man. Is that Reverend Robert Murray, 1943, but there's no death date. Well, maybe he's still alive. I assume that he was gone. We got a lot of stones here where the birth dates, I hate that, where the birth dates are on there. So that was I wanted to tell you guys that and warn you. The Exorcist video. Thanks, Ashley. What video is that? I don't even remember doing a story on The Exorcist. Did I do a story on The Exorcist? I don't remember that. Well, I've got well over 600 episodes now, so. Hey, Dawn Dini, how are you? What's going on? Trish says, we have discussed the fact that you have already used up your 9 lives. Please be careful. Yeah, I know. I don't know what I could have done different there. You know, it's like bring water. I don't know. It's really weird. Glad you're good. Would you have written a letter to your family, Ron? Yeah, I would have scratched it on the wall in blood. Yeah, I guess I could have left a note on my, I wonder if the SOS, I guess I could have used the SOS feature, right, on the cell phone. I would have gotten out of it. Dang, I would have battered that door down somehow, broke my shoulder, but I think I would somehow find a way out of there. I don't know. All right, so I wanted to tell you guys that story. And I wanted to talk about Rhode Island. I'm excited about that. What else there was something else. Oh, I know what I want to tell you. Hey, thanks, Lee, for $2. Hey, Ron from Texas, first time. Glad you found us, Vicky Littig. What does Ken say here? You may be able to pull the flush bolts and force the doors, but scary for sure. Yeah, well, the flush bolts were pretty big and pretty solid, brass. And you can't, if the door's closed, you can't get to the flush bolt. Oh, the flush bolts, I didn't tell you. The flush bolts were in the jamb of the door, so they were not exposed. So no way to get to the flush bolts unless the active leaf is open. Let's look at some stones here. Just kind of walking here, not paying attention. So you'll see that on Halloween. So now that I am in Arizona, I got to tell you guys something else I'm thinking about doing. Are you any of you guys into gold prospecting, searching for gold? And I've done a lot of that, and I've taught my boys how to do that, and they're obsessed with it. In Wisconsin, there's not much gold, but we get placer gold out of the river that were deposited back in the days of the Ice Age. You won't find much of it. It's more flour gold, but you get a few little pieces. But we've really learned to pan for gold. Actually, we sluice, and the way it works is you basically get all the compound of dirt and gravel, and then it's like panning it out. The gold sinks to the bottom in the water, so we run it through a sluice box, and all the gold falls. So we love doing that. And the other way to do it is like out here is with a metal detector and finding riverbeds and benches and digging crevices for little gold nuggets. So when I'm figuring that I'm getting into the mountains, I will do some gold prospecting. If you want, I'll take you guys along. Maybe there's a cemetery, like there's one episode I'm going to do. There is a cemetery way lost. It's not, I don't even find a grave. It's in the mountains. I was told about it by someone that owns a gold mine, an old gold mine from the 1800s. So I'm going to like go to places like that, and I'll probably do some prospecting. This one place that I'm going to go, just driving your truck on the gravel road, there's slight gold dust that you pick up from the dust. There's so much gold up there. I was like, holy cow. So what do you guys think? You think that sounds like fun? Thanks, Mickey, for the 5. Oh, those are olive trees behind me? Is that what these are? Yeah, so if you guys like that, my dad used to do that, Dawn Dini says. Yeah, it's really fun. You're not going to get rich. Well, you could get rich, I guess. So you're saying these are olive trees? Oh my God, I see olives, yeah. I've never seen an olive tree, I don't think. Check this out, guys. They look like grapes. Look at that. Look at that. Those look like grapes. Some of them are purple. Those are olives? Wow. Should I grab one? Let's grab one. Look at that. I'll put it in my pocket. I'll try it when I get home. I don't like olives. Actually, I used to hate olives, but getting older now, I kind of like them. There's a mausoleum over there, I just see. Hey, from Sweden, Anna Andersson. How are you? There's a mausoleum over there. What do you guys think? We'll have to check that out. Olive trees. I didn't know there were olive trees here. They probably transplanted it. All right, let's look for Walter. He's this way. Walter Winchell. A lonely grave he has. Hey, Janet, for 2, thank you. $2. Celebrate the first. Oh, that's a YouTube message. Olives need to be cured, not pickled, off the tree to eat. Okay, so I shouldn't eat it? All right. Marie Malta's here. Malta with that really cool World War II history. $10 from M. Goose. Thank you. Very cool. David Sanderson, I find syringes on the shoreline of the Fox River. You will surely miss out. Oh, that's nice. How about some fentanyl? Remember when I was in San Antonio and I found that rolled up dollar bill and you guys are like, drop it, drop it. That could have that's for fentanyl. I'm like, holy crap. That stuff is really dangerous. You get a whiff of it. Oh, here's Walter Winchell's grave, right here. Nobody's been here. Yeah, this guy was a gossip columnist back in the 50s. I don't know if he was in the 40s. He was doing other stuff, but very controversial guy. Walter Winchell. Yeah, there's his grave, guys. Died in 1972. Let's see if we can pull some of this away. I don't have my pruners. Yeah, very simple brass plate. This guy was very anti-communist, which no problem, but he went over the edge with McCarthy. Anybody who knows the story, going after Charles Lindbergh, Josephine Baker, the French dancer. He was attacking. He got too close to McCarthy, and that kind of took him down. He died lonely and penniless, I think. And I know, I read somewhere, I remember way back, that he, at the funeral here at the cemetery, nobody really came. Maybe there were 5 people here. Come on, Ron, there's like 6 towns in Rhode Island. Which one? I said Lincoln. I said Lincoln, Rhode Island, at the beginning. Lincoln. Some old graves. These are all old graves. So yeah, Walter Winchell, not a beloved man, although I'm anti-Lindbergh for his Nazi and Aryan race eugenics beliefs. He was on the wrong side of the equation, and then he tried to make up for it to get in the Air Force, and they're like, we don't want you. Hey, Mama Lovify, $5, thank you. How are you? Died in 1926. Thank you, Mama Lovify. There's another grave I want to find. It's around here. Let's see. Oh, there it is. The guy's name is Burch, H-A-Z-E. Have you ever heard of him? It's a very famous case here. First police officer killed in the line of duty in Phoenix, I believe. This is his grave. I didn't know about him. I just, in looking for Walter Winchell, I saw this. Actually, I didn't see this. I saw this, and I just saw police officer. Gosh, this gimbal's just giving me a hard time. Hold on. All right, February. He was killed in the line of duty, February 5th, 1925. So, and he is forgotten, folks. He is forgotten. Nobody is remembering him. Yeah. I'll show you a picture. If you go on Find a Grave, you can look them up. Can look up the story. He had, let's see, let me put this down, and then I can enlarge his picture. All right, that's what he looked like. Freedom, $50. Always great to walk with you live. Thank you so much, Freedom. So that's his story is, if you go on Find a Grave, these 2 guys were siphoning gas. So he was murdered. They were 2 murderers. He was shot and killed when he attempted to stop two men from siphoning gasoline from a car. The two suspects were wanted in Texas for the murder of Deputy Joseph Morgan, Oklahoma, and the murder of another in Montana. So one of the suspects was convicted in Arizona and hanged January 8th, 1926. The other brother was convicted in Texas and sentenced to life in prison. And Officer Burch had a wife and 3 young children. So let's take a look here. So there were, let's see if we can find the wife and okay, yeah, obviously here's his wife, Dora. So she died in 1966. So that would be 41 years later or so. And I thought I saw another stone with Burch. Oh yeah, here we go. And so his daughter's still alive, it looks like, Mary Jane. So this has to be the kids, right? Yeah. Frank Hayes Burch, the son, passed, and then his wife's still alive. But I don't see any more Burches. So let's take a look here. Just looking around, I don't think there are any Burches. Okay, so there you go. Let's continue. It's getting kind of hot and my cell phone just went dark. Hopefully it's still working, but I cannot see the comments now. You know how the phone goes dark because it's overheating? Sorry about that. Let's get to the shade and I can see better what you guys are saying. In the meantime, I'll walk backwards so you can see some stones. Because they're all facing east, which is the other way. There's a cool, I can't read that. Different language, but it says, I am only one, I cannot do everything, but I can do something. What I can do, I ought to do. Whatever I ought to do, by the grace of God, I shall do. It's pretty cool. Let's see who that is. Pappas. Oh, we've got pictures. Look at this. So these are Greeks, right? That's John, passed in 1956, and we've got Thomas John, passed in 1989. These pictures are not in good shape. So if I wet them down, you can see better. Oh, the sun out here is just brutal. And then Katina, passed in 1995. Boy, my phone is black. Guys, I can't see a thing. I hope you can see all this. My phone has gone into hibernation, heat hibernation, conservation. It's probably got the little fan on. So that's Katina, 1995. All right, let's get in the shade. See what's going on here. Let's find another olive tree. How about over here? There's a lot of people in here. Wow, they're mostly coming through. The old saying, oh, now I can see you guys. Okay, let's stay here for a little bit. You know what they say after 3 generations? Look at no flowers, no visitors. I mean, look at that. I mean, there are a couple, but just like when we went to Mount Carmel, I did 20 plus episodes there. You go, 1800s graves, nobody. They're all forgotten. Yes, they are forgotten, most of them. Don't deny it. We have our deniers. Yeah, you can see it. Debbie can see it. Oh, we got Britain here. You were just interrupted with a commercial. Hey, you got to pay the $15 a month to be on YouTube. Come on. Dana says, good picture. Okay, I'm staying in the shade here just for a little bit. And we're going to walk over to that mausoleum over there. I'm just letting this phone cool down a little bit. I can see what you guys are saying. Hi, Kimmy. How are you doing? How things in Chicago, Britain? How's the weather? I think you're probably in the best weather right now, fall. Winter is coming. Winter is coming. All right, let's go from shade to shade. We'll get to that mausoleum. You're getting commercial interruptions? Well, you gotta pay. You gotta pay the monthly YouTube. I mean, if you watch YouTube a lot, it's worth it. I don't watch it that much. Unless I'm on the road trip, then I'm like glued. Makes the road trip go faster. Debbie, we were born and adopted in Germany. I was born in Germany, in Wiesbaden, on the Air Force Base. They were gonna call me NATO, but they called me Ron. Actually, that's a funny, actually true. All the guys were telling my dad to call me NATO. NATO, you know what that stands for? NATO, World War II. No, actually post-World War II. The Cold War, the Alliance. Is Ron still alive? Yes, Flo, where you been? I am still alive. We've been going for a half hour now. Looking at graves and telling stories. You'll have to go back and hear about Walter Winchell and the first police officer killed here in the line of duty. Ron has Patreon. Yes, Sheila. Guys, if you go under every single episode, in the description below are all the links. Patreon, PayPal, for the stones. Everything is there. Every single episode. All you have to do is scroll down. Instagram, we can hook up on Instagram. We've got like 8,000 people there. And then Ashley, give them the Facebook link. I think I've got that on all my descriptions also. Facebook. Ashley is kicking butt there. I think we've got 15,000 people on our Facebook group sharing cool stuff. I peek in there. I lurk once in a while. I mean, that's for you guys. So you guys can all interact. That's why we set that up. I can only, I more interact on Instagram. I can only hit so much social right now. You're waiting for the leaves to change? I'll bet they're changing in Wisconsin. Huh? I'll bet they're already changed there. What kind of tree is this, guys? Yeah, Flo, you missed it. We picked olives from the olive tree. And I'm gonna bring it home. Oh, this is kind of weird. Look at this. Upside down. Oh, it just fell over, and I thought this was something creepy at first. I like the old cemeteries. There's not a lot of this here in Phoenix, guys. So we're gonna be doing, I'll get creative. I'll find stuff for you. You know, we're gonna be going in the mountains, but the problem with mountains, I can't do live there. No signal. Oh, you know what I'm getting? All right, so remember Bumblebee? The Hellcat, Dodge Hellcat, the yellow, super fast, crazy machine. So I've got that up for sale back in Chicago. Who's that? Is that Flo? Somebody just gave me a bunch of money. Flo, $50, thank you. Putting that up for sale because I thought I was gonna come out here with it and do some racing around, which I'm not into. You know, I'm too old for that. You do grow out of that, I have to say. although I thought, oh, the road's here, but there's rocks flying all over the place here. I've already got cracks on all my windshields, and it's fine. The roads are really nice, but I'm selling. I've got the Hellcat back in Chicago area that's up for sale, and just purchased a Rubicon. A Rubicon is a Jeep, and I'm having all sorts of stuff, four-wheel drive, cool stuff, new wheels, lift, big wheels, lights, more lights, KC lights all over the place. Because, and the dealer was like, and I'm like, no, I'm going in the, this thing's going to get scratched up. We were talking about the paint. I'm like, no, I'm using this thing. This isn't to, like a lot of guys, a lot of people, they get all this stuff, and it's just to drive to the restaurant in Scottsdale. No, I'm going in the mountains, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to wash this except with a hose, because this thing's going to get scratched up by cactus. So I'm going to be taking you guys on episodes in the Rubicon. We're going to go into the mountains, like this gold mine I was telling you about. This area, there's a lost cemetery, and then there's an old prospector's grave I'm trying to find. Still working on that. And it's not Jacob Wall, it's not the Lost Dutchman. No, we're finding our own stuff that people haven't heard about. That's what I'm after. So anyway, that Jeep is a 2024. It just came, ordered it 4 months ago. And right now it's going to the custom shop to get all the goodies. I should have it in like 3 weeks. So I'm really excited to get up in the mountains with that. I was in Globe, you saw, Globe, Arizona. Let's go see the mausoleum. Your ex-girlfriend had a Wrangler. She's buried in a Wrangler at Hollywood Hills. Oh my gosh, cool. Is she sitting in it? Is she sitting in it is the question. She'd have to be, right? So yeah, we're gonna get out into the mountains. Oh, I can't see what you guys are saying now because it's hot and sunny. Wait, I saw Ashley. 2006 Rubicon here. That's Marquet, right on, man. I used to have CJ5s back in the 80s. CJ5, that's what I drove with KC lights. Did a lot of four-wheeling. Oh, we have another grave with picture. Look. Is this Greek again? Romulus, Billy, and Thalia Delphine. We have, Liven Gold. I think that's Jewish, isn't it? Liven Gold? Is that Jewish? And we have a lot of names on here. But we have their picture. They were married February 3rd, 1961. Now, wait a minute. So, yeah, Romulus passed in 93. And Thalia passed, she was in Miami. That's by Globe, Arizona. That's in the mountains. That's Copper Corridor country. So all they pull and Surprise. Oh, she was born in Miami and she died in Surprise. I haven't been to Surprise, Arizona. They have a good cemetery there. That's a cool name for a town. All right, I'm gonna wet my hand here so you can see better, because this sun is brutal. And the dryness, I don't know if you can see Thalia. It's hard to see. Well, they're facing into the sun for morning, and this sun out here is brutal. Let's look at this mausoleum. I can't see what you guys are saying now. The phone went dark. Got to find shade after this. So this is Egyptian revival. We saw some of that at Rose Hill Cemetery in Chicago, right? And other places. We saw this in Santa Barbara, the live we did. Isn't that cool? It's really well done. Dr. O'Mahony died in 1915, so this is pretty old. His wife Virginia passing in 1924. They were born in the Boy, he was born in 1839. That goes pretty far back, at least for this country. I know it's nothing for you in the UK. That's like modern times. But that's old for here, guys. Unless you're looking at Native American burial mounds. There's no opening here, but this is where the crypts are. You can see there's a little crack here. We can put the snake camera in and see. You know, I love to do that, Mr. Morbid. Oh, look at this. How about this? Look at this thing. That really took a hit. Lawnmower. I'd hate to see the lawnmower. I'm guessing the lawnmower blade got the worst of this one. The worst of this fight. Huh? What'd you say? All right, let's stay in the shade here for a minute. Yes, he started a bit ago. Yeah, I started, well, looking at the clock, we're 41 minutes into it. Boy, time flies when you're having fun. You know, first time I've ever seen these tripods. Now I know what they're for. I kept seeing these tripods, and they're for sprinklers. Okay. All right, where should we go from here? Let's head this way. I think the more we go this way, the older the graves get. Don't know. See how level this thing is? This would be dangerous. Like in Chicago, remember at the Waldheim Cemetery? This thing's tipping over. Could you imagine if this fell on you? And this is not even a big one. Not even a big one. All right, I see some shade over here. Not a lot of trees here, guys. I got to see what you're, pay attention to I'm trying to see what you guys are saying. Yeah, Britain, it almost peeled off. Almost. Like I said, I think the lawnmower got the worst of that battle. No ice and snow in Phoenix, no way. Did they ever get snow here? Like, I know in Tucson you're higher, in Payson you're at higher elevations you get snow. I don't think in Phoenix. I'm sure it's happened though. I know they get floods. There's nowhere for the water to go. Have you been to Mississippi? Yeah, I've been to Mississippi a gazillion times. We got episodes galore, mainly from New Orleans, Baton Rouge, all of that. Iberia. I hit Mississippi pretty hard. You got to go to the playlist. You can find a lot of the New Orleans stuff. St. Louis #1. Becky says I should do an episode on Milton William Cooper in Springerville. Another good one would be Verde Flat Cemetery. Yeah, Vulture Mine. I'll be going there. I've got that already on my list. But I haven't heard of Milton Cooper. What did he do? What makes him so interesting? Oh yeah, Waldheim is, you're right, Britain. It's so tight there. The tombstones are literally inches apart and they're massive. Because a lot of, you know, they didn't do combined tombstones. Everybody got their own and they're massive and tall and it's frightening. Strawberry, I want to go to Strawberry. They have is that by Payson? I think I see another olive tree. I'm liking these olive trees, you guys. Is this an olive tree? Yeah. Look at all the olive trees. I've never seen them before. This has a lot of olives. I got a black olive or a purple one. Let's jump over here. When I'm in the sun, I can't see what you guys are saying. So I want to, let's go in the shade here. You got to stay very hydrated here, and you got to watch out for rattlesnakes. I just had the dogs trained for rattlesnakes. It's pretty cool how they do that. Teresa for $10. Scott on Tape did the Beef Lady. Yeah, I saw that. I think several people done episodes on her. Sarah Peller. Yeah, I saw her grave a couple of years ago there at the Waldheim, but did not do an episode on her. Oh, Jenny's from the Isle of Wight, UK. That's another place I want to go. Have you seen the movie Prometheus? At the beginning, that's where they filmed. Was it really there? They said it was there, the Isle of Wight. Man, that looks mystical. It looks like you're on Mars, some of those, you're getting to those mountains. Yeah, I'm coming to Rhode Island October 20th to speak in Lincoln, Rhode Island. I'll do a post when the website it's going to be at the Hearthside home, Lincoln, Rhode Island. And when, I think the beginning of this week, they're going to have a announcement and tickets for sale. And then I'll do a post. So, oh, look at this. This is pretty cool. Patricia Margaret Stearns, beloved wife and devoted daughter. Horses. You know what? There's a neat, look at that. It's the Big Dipper or the Little Dipper. Isn't that neat? I wonder what that signifies. She liked stars, or she's with the stars, maybe? You know, a little trivia for you guys, a little trivia. So if you want to know, and I've used this, when you have no navigation, you're at night, you want to know where the North Star is. Does anybody know how to find the North Star? Basically, if this is the Big Dipper, up here in the northern hemisphere, it's to the north. The farther north you are, the higher it is in the sky. But you basically take this part of the Dipper, and you line it up, and you go like out here, and then a little, I think, to the left. That's how you find the North Star. So if you get in trouble at night, I was on a lake in Canada, and I actually got lost. I could not, there was no, you know, it's a Rainy Lake, hundreds of islands, 1,000 islands, covers 100 square miles, whatever, maybe 50 square miles, I don't know. And I used the North Star to find my way back. As I was watching the Aurora Borealis, this is like late, like angels coming down. Man, you ever seen the Northern Lights, you guys? It's crazy. Yeah, you can't hear because I didn't switch the phone around, so you have to turn your volume up. The way the audio works, I should have done this, where I flip it around instead of this. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's because I didn't flip the phone around. That's why the volume's low. And that's why I was shouting a little more, but I'm sorry, I won't do that anymore. So have you seen the Aurora Borealis ever? You seen the Northern Lights? Beautiful. It's like a blue light. I'm doing good, visiting Dead Adventures. How are you? What is the name in Lincoln, Rhode Island? Hearthland Home. Not heart. Hearth, like the hearth of a fireplace. Hearthland, I think it's Hearthland Home. You know what? Why don't I Google it here? And I'll give you guys the information. Bear with me. Let's get to Google, because I got an extra phone here. Hearthland Home, Lincoln, Rhode Island. See, it says Heartland Home, but it's not. It's Hearthland. Oh, Hearthside House. I'm sorry. Hearthside House Museum. Okay. So now somebody's texting me. Leave me alone. Hearthside House. Let me click on it. All right, so I'm going to turn the phone around. I'm going to put this on a stone here, and then you guys, I'll show you a little bit about the Hearthside House Museum. A really cool place in Lincoln, Rhode Island. All right, let me turn the phone around here. All right, can you guys see that? That's the mansion. There it is, Hearthside House Museum. Really cool deal. Historic place. And what they do there is every Halloween or the late October, they dress up Victorian. They have actors. And I'm going to be doing a film with them for the channel. But it looks pretty cool, man. It's all historic. Look at that. Is that a cotton? What do you call that? Look at the old stove, huh? Can you guys see that? Rose window. Oh, it's like a heart. Look at that because of the reflection with the vaulted ceiling. That's pretty cool. So anyway, it's pretty authentic. It's pretty authentic. So that's where I'm going to be. That's Lincoln, Rhode Island, October 20th. Tickets going on sale, I think, this week. It's going to be just small. I'm hoping like 10 or 12 of you guys come. It's not going to be like a big speech thing. I want to keep it intimate, and I want to keep it more like a discussion. What we got here? What saint is that? Is that Francis of Assisi? I don't think so. Who is that? Well, we got the Halloween decorations. That'll get you in the mood. You guys ready for Halloween? So there's the inscriptions for you. Precious are the memories of Angie, wife, mom, and Nana. You're not ready for Halloween? Who said that? Remembering them. We'll have 2 episodes a week, and we're going to start out easy. We're going to ease into it. October 8th, it's going to start. Right now, that's what I have planned. October 8th, we're going to ease into it. Nothing crazy, and then it's going to build. And then it's going to crescendo Sunday and Tuesday. Tuesday, Halloween, with the scary stuff. Do you like scary stuff? I like scary stuff. I think it's scary. I think demonic stuff is the scariest. What do you guys think? I think that stuff scares me the most. Did you guys see the episode I did on Stull, Stull Cemetery in Kansas by Lawrence? That is truly an evil place. Very bad vibe there. Very bad vibe. And I did my best to make it even worse. That's the gateway to hell, the stairs that go down to the gates of hell. And we went and found the church on the cemetery, the ruins where the stairs go down to the gates of hell. And it's pretty evil. I think that stuff's the scariest. But I have some episodes of legends and ghost stories and spooky places. So the fun stuff too. We got some of that. Gene says, is it on your channel? Not yet. I'm talking about Halloween coming up. Now, if you go back to the playlist, or you go back every Halloween, the month, I have a bunch of good Halloween stuff. But I also said, like last year, how am I going to top this? I think I've topped it this year. I think this year is spookier. We're getting better and better. Rachel loves movies about exorcism. You know, the original movie, The Exorcist, still scares me. That just still freaks me out. Don't like that movie. I won't watch it. I think it's cursed. Leah says, no, I don't like the scary evil stuff. I like the fun. Then you want to do the first 2, you want October 8th through the first 2 weeks. You do not want to watch well, you don't want to watch the episode. Everything's cool except the episode on Halloween night is kind of evil. Like religious, spooky. Here's somebody. Again, these pictures are all washed out. Look at that. Romega. Some beautiful monuments here. Uh-oh. We have girls that died. Okay, you guys, we got to do a little research here. We have two, looks like teenage girls that died on the same day, which means, you know what, there was a car accident probably. Can someone look this up? You can go on Find a Grave, I'm sure, and look up Karina Beatrice Bregia. All right, two girls died on October 8th, 1994. I'm betting it's a car accident. We'll see if I'm right. Oh, this is so sad. Can someone look this up? If I'm close to Ohio, the night in the vandalized museum, I'm not doing paranormal anymore, at least for now. All right, let's look at these pictures. All right, this is Karina. Wonderful smile. And her sister. So this is Claudia. It's hard to keep that. Now you can see, I wonder what happened. I can't see comments, guys, but I will get back. So Claudia was born March 3rd, 1977. Oh, they were twins? They said they're both born March 3rd, 1977, and they died together. Holy crap. They don't look like twins. What am I missing? This one's, can't really see. Can't really see this one. Guys, what's the deal? Okay, I'm gonna look at comments. I think by now you guys have hopefully figured that out. Let me get in the shade. All right. Anybody find out what happened to them? Can you tell me? Oh, they're twins, but not identical. Okay, gotcha. Fraternal. All right, so I'm in the shade. I can see what you guys are saying now. Anybody find out what? Whoops, sorry. Twins born and died the same day. Yeah. See what you come across? What a monument, huh? The poor parents. All right, so I'll keep watching to see if someone figures out how they were murdered? No. What happened? Okay, so we'll have to come back and we will do the story. Do you guys want me to do this? We'll do the story on them maybe. Oh my gosh. They were murdered. That had to be a big story here, right? That had to be a big story here in Phoenix. Gosh, look at, here's somebody who liked Dr. Pepper. Brizza. Died young. There's another story. What happened to Brizza Bonnell? 74 to 92. So 84, 90, so 18 years old. Did she make it? No, she did not make it to, she was 17 if I've got my math right. And again, whoever's doing the porcelains, these are not good. You got to go to Troost. All of the porcelains, whoever's doing these are terrible. Although, you know what? Maybe it's the desert. Maybe if we got the Mount Carmel porcelains here, we would have the same problem. I don't know. Oh boy, that's sad. We're gonna have to, can someone email me the Find a Grave link for the two girls so that I can investigate the story and I'll come back? We just definitely stumbled across some tragedy here. They were murdered. That has to be a big story. Does anybody know? Yeah, Britton, what do you think? Oh, they were killed in a car accident. Somebody said they were murdered. Well, I'm not sounding disappointed, but I was more in shock. So yeah, that's what I guessed. Sophie found a news clipping. Okay, thanks. It's not to say we won't do their story, but a lot of times those stories are tough because You know, I don't like contacting families and, you know, how was your daughters? What were they like? What happened? They don't want to talk to me. And I don't like to intrude. However, tonight's episode, I did talk to the mother. Tonight's episode about the woman she's in Las Vegas, New Mexico. She was murdered by that truck driver. I did talk to the mother because that story has been done on TV. And the mother was very veneranda. Nanda was her name, a nickname, Nanda, N-A-N-D-A. Beautiful woman. Terrible story in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Actually, it happened in Albuquerque area. And they found her body in Oklahoma months later. You'll hear the story tonight. In fact, when I finish this, I'll put the premiere out so you can see a little more. So the twins were killed in a traffic near Punkin Center, Arizona. Punkin, P-U-N-K-I-N. Oh, terrible. They were born on the same day, guys, twins, and went to heaven together. Now, look at this. Just Rustin. Now, why am I've seen this before. You know who has this exact? So this is not original. See the sun and see the horse and the cactus, just Rustin. You guys ever hear of Pearl Hart? The Bandit Queen? I did her story yesterday, I filmed it. And that's what she has exactly. Her and her husband, Bywater, his last name's Bywater. They are buried next to each other, and they have that on their stone. That same thing. Yes, I am in Phoenix. Awesome hello from Tucson. Hey, down in Tucson. How are you doing down there? 9 Lives. Hey, that's my name. 9 Lives. I'm on my last life, by the way. There was a big wreck and 4 were killed. So the 2 girls were part of a big car wreck, huh? Wow. I'll have to, when I get back, I'll put that in the description. Oh, there's one that had an oval picture and it is gone. Fred Stone. So maybe we're getting to the oval picture area here. Let's get in the shade. I do have a TikTok account, yes, but I don't see the advantage of posting there. I don't see the upside. And it's a pain in the butt. I'm doing my stuff on Instagram, not TikTok. I tried TikTok for a while, but I don't know. You guys tell me, what's the advantage of TikTok for me? I'm not a TikTok person. My son is. Bandit Queen, very interesting tale. Yes, Britain. She has an interesting tale. She was the first and maybe only to rob a stagecoach with her boyfriend after she left her husband, who was a jerk. So we'll tell that story. Why did they want to name you NATO? I don't know. That's what all the soldiers were saying to my dad. Not soldiers, the Air Force guys. It was a joke. They were being funny. That's all. Just a joke. Call him NATO. You're having a son? Call him NATO. Because NATO, you know, that was the big organization. Cold War of the free countries against Russia and all the communist countries, the NATO alliance. Now they call it something else. A organization, what do they call it? League of Nations, whatever. Pretty worthless organization. I mean, don't really get much done from what I have seen over the decades. What do they call it? Not League of Nations. You know what I'm talking about. All the countries that are, all the big dust storms. By the way, got into a dust storm once. Those are pretty brutal. All right, we're under another olive tree, I think. Is this an olive tree? No, I don't see any olives. Must not be an olive tree. For those of you that are late, I'm going to pull out the olive that I found, or I picked. See the olive? Well, let's get in the sunlight here. Hold on. Yeah, I found an olive. I picked an olive from the olive tree. So, there it is. The olive from the olive tree. I'm going to take it home and cure it. They say you can't cook it, you got to cure it. Or let it, is it curing or what is it? 4-car crashes, okay. Yeah, one of my nicknames is Clutch Cargo. Old cartoon of a seaplane pilot in Chicago. All right, guys, I think I'm going to close it out here in the shade, in this lonely little spot by this gnarly tree. This looks like the tree where Johnny Ringo shot himself, or was he murdered? I think he was murdered. Johnny Ringo tree. There's a little, you can sit right here, right on this seat. All right. Popeye did love olive, and I love olive too. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. I will see you tonight on the story of the truck driver murder in Albuquerque, but it's from the grave her grave's in Las Vegas, New Mexico, as I was passing through. So hope to see you guys tonight, and get ready for Halloween, man. I got it coming. 2 a week, good stuff, and it's gonna build. All right, have a great Sunday. Take care, everybody. All right, and of course, as always, be safe.